Hi, Chela.
Hi, Lupe.
How are you?
I'm good.
So, we're here to talk about Rupaul Drag Show episode 3, season 4.
That's correct.
Yes. So, yeah, we just saw the show on Logo TV. Thank you, Logo.
Yes, we had to wait one day to get it for free.
Well, not just for free, we have to see a lot of commercials.
That's true.
Including one from the Milan. Oh well, that's the price. Those girls are expensive.
Yes.
$100,000.
$100,000 to Walmart.
So,
What I wouldn't do with $100,000.
oh, I'm sure we can think of something. So, what are your impressions of the show?
Wow, let's see. It was pretty heated, I must say. Let's see.
It's getting pretty vicious.
Immediately, we saw one more queen go, and I think who was it? Should we just reveal who it was?
Yes.
It was Princess. There.
No, people already saw the show. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So.
That's right. So let's just.
Did you like the show? Did you not like the show?
I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. Oh.
Did you?
Like it.
Yes, a lot. It never stops giving.
I did have a few issues this time around with the Latin stereotypes.
Well, the Latin stereotypes were the idea of a lot of people.
Yes.
So,
You're talking about the commercial by LaQueer.
yes. I didn't have a problem with it. What was your problem with
I
that?
thought it was. My problem was with Phi Phi. I think her stereotype was the worst.
Oh, yes.
She's not Latina, and for her to put on that
Exactly.
gangster
I'm
thing.
sorry, I didn't remember. But you know what?
It was not cool.
Let's just all be friends. You know, I don't want to divide it anymore.
That's not big bone. I just wanted to
I would
point
just
it
say-
out. I think that it's worth mentioning. I think.
Yeah, people grew.
Phi Phi, really?
Phi Phi, really?
Don't go
Wait
there.
a
Don't
minute.
throw us
You're gonna bring a piñata?
down there. A piñata. Oh God, add
Okay,
a
so-
bit more stereotypical
that's-
things that you have.
that's-
Like we all go around carrying a piñata
Yeah,
with us.
and a mariachi hat. Yeah, that's what I do, Phi Phi. That's what everyone in my family does.
Yeah,
Phi Phi.
we're Latinas.
So, anyways,
It went down.
strike.
Strike
And not
one.
strike against RuPaul on the show, just Phi Phi.
Just Phi Phi.
And LaQueer.
Well,
Because,
LaQueer is Latina, so if she has issues with her own Latina.
because, you know, like she was, like the people said, you know, they told her to get out of her safety zone. Because
Yeah,
she, you know, being a Latina, she shouldn't go to those stereotypes.
exactly.
And I'm
She
talking,
shouldn't
I'm
mock
talking-
herself.
Yeah, I'm talking about when she came out like a horny Latina. Do you remember your first time? Please. That was weak. That was weak. But anyways, so that was a good one. Stereotypes. I have an issue with Milan.
Oh, okay.
I have an issue with her because she was being a bitch to Kenya. And she took her thunder. She
She
stole her
did.
thunder.
She just walked in and she said, you know what? This bitch don't know English. I'm just gonna start telling people what to do because that's what I want to do. And she didn't even ask, can I? Do you need help?
But you know what? I'm glad that she was caught for it. Because Willam and the Untucked told her, confronted her. And, yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a funny interaction at the Untucked where they were going at each other. That was so funny.
Oh my god. Milan just looked like an ass. It was so easy for Willam.
Milan, yeah, Milan is easily angered when drinking, apparently.
Well, I think she felt guilty about what she had done to Kenya, so
She didn't.
she got overly defensive when she was called on it. And she
Yeah.
ended up being on the floor, saying that that was
Yeah.
her level. And I'm like, that was so weird. She was like, Willam was just
It's like she revealed herself.
She revealed herself. And she
Willam has a funny way of making people sort of do that.
Well,
She did that with Phi Phi too.
Willam is very smart.
I think so.
And he knows people, and he knows how to read them, and he knows what their weak points are. So I like Willam because he's entertaining that way.
Yeah, I like Willam.
I've already said in the past that I don't think Willam's going to win. But
No, but he's definitely okay. He's better than a lot of the others.
He's smarter than most. He's smarter than most.
So yeah, we didn't hear much about Chad Michael and Sharon's thing, or even Jiggly. It seems like they went on to different
Well, they
things.
focus on different girls.
Kenya got a lot of attention.
Kenya got a lot of attention because she finally spoke. Because they asked her who she thought should go, and she said LaQueer. And LaQueer was not happy.
No, that was the second time she slighted her, right?
She's been slighted.
Because in the beginning, isn't that when it started? It was like she did not choose her. She thought she'd be chosen, and she left her to be chosen last, right?
Yeah, I have a feeling that there's some history between them.
I think so. Like they know each other, and now she's like.
There's a reason for it. It's strange, but it seems like Kenya doesn't really like.
Yeah, not only doesn't like, she really does not like her.
And what about
she was laughing
when she said, "You misrepresent
Puerto Rico." Wow.
You shame everybody.
You shame. Yeah, you're not worthy of being Puerto Rican because you're making us look bad.
And then I like the part
because of her stereotype. Her stereotype she used for her stupid commercial.
And I like the part where Sharon Needles called her on it, saying, why did you recommend that LaQueer should go? And the answer that she gave was so funny because she went around and around saying all kinds of stuff and she didn't say anything at all.
Yeah. And can I say something about Sharon Needles while we're on the topic? The only thing that was worthy of that challenge where they had to do RuPaul's CD promotion was Sharon. Everybody else came off very bad.
Sharon Needles is always great.
Yeah, of course Kenya was working it. She did well, but not as memorable as Sharon was working it.
Because Milan didn't allow.
That's true.
Creative liberty to Kenya. Remember? She took her ideas.
She took her reins and then told her what to do.
So what we saw was a Milan effort, not a Kenya effort. That's why they lost. By the way, before I forget, because we're just kind of rambling, I volunteer Milan to go as soon as possible.
Yes, Milan, it's really irked me.
She's my least favorite right now.
She came out of nowhere, like the last few episodes she was meek.
She pretended to be meek because she's over her head. But, Sharon Needles was out of the room, so she tried to take over. And it didn't go pretty well. Then make sure that she wasn't going anywhere. So that was funny.
Yeah, and Milan is not getting any better in terms of ideas, in terms of outfits. It's very limited.
So, what about, can we go on to talk about the princess?
Yeah, let's call up the elephant in the room. Okay, Princess's look was very bad. And both in that commercial, I think hers was one of the weakest. She looked like some boy doing drag with some cheap wig and some cheap clothes. Part of the challenge was to look like the 80s, not to look cheap in the 80s. I mean, come on, take some of the ideas and make it cool.
Yeah, because it's the 80s doesn't mean there's going to be...
Everybody gets to dress trampy. No, not everybody was dressing trampy in the 80s.
Excuse me, but the 80s were fierce also. Just like the 70s and the 60s and the 50s and the 40s, they're all fierce. So find something fierce and do it.
That's true.
A date doesn't have anything to do with fierce. Fierce is always. Fierce is.
So yeah, that's my only problem with the challenge. I mean, it was just silly. It's a silly way to promote the music that she's had. I don't think she had. Does she have a new album out? But that's beside the point.
It was boring. Let's just say the whole thing was boring. So it's not even worth talking. Who did better? Who did worse? Sharon Needles was the only one that was decent.
She was working a Tim Burton look.
So what about the runway? The runway,
Well, that's where Princess looked worse. The runway unfortunately revealed the princess as some kind of lizard person coming out of this metallic clothes.
There's nothing wrong with a lizard person coming out of metallic clothes, but it's the way she does it. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work for her. You know,
Her negative energy was working through, I guess.
her anger. She's a very angry person.
But she said herself,
said it
she's not
herself.
an angry person.
No, she said it at the end that she wasn't an angry person. Hence,
She is.
she is. Because why would you even say that?
Yeah, why would you even have to sort of
Why,
go
why
there?
are you thinking about it?
Yeah.
I'm not. Dude, the people go around
Do you
saying,
think
I'm
people-
not angry. I'm not
Yeah.
angry. When you're happy, do
When
people
you're happy.
say I'm not angry?
Yeah.
No, you say I'm happy.
Exactly. you
Actually, you don't
you
even
don't go
say
around saying what you're not.
Actually, you don't even
and what you
say
are
that.
not. You are what you're not. You should not be in your mind.
So people, if somebody says I'm not happy, it means that
The princess made me uncomfortable.
you know what?
To look at.
She was uncomfortable. Everybody around her was uncomfortable.
And when she came
And
onto the
Michelle
stage,
Visage was very-
Visage said, she was like thrown aback.
Michelle Visage was very uncomfortable with her, and she was happy for her to go, I'm sure. So,
So lucky for Dita,
yes,
the
the other,
princess was
Dita
like,
Ritza, you know, the last episode we had, we predicted that Dita was gonna lip sync, and sure enough, she did.
sure enough,
And
that's
but,
sure enough she did.
however, having said that, she did.
But when she did
Great.
lip sync, oh my god, she sang for her life, and she really amazed
This is how
the
every
judges,
drag
especially the
queen.
lady.
This is exactly how every drag queen has to lip sync, like feeling it, feel it.
Yeah,
Not just-
she
not
was
just
working
lip
that
sync.
Natalie Cole
Feel
song.
what she's
She was
saying.
feeling it. She was working it. Like she was really like getting some moves there, like and feeling it,
Everybody around her was
and
dancing.
very entertaining.
And then there was a shadow around her.
Oh yeah, there's a shadow, some kind of ghostly thing.
But, you know, it's like
Ghoulish.
on the side of my eyes, on the side.
Yeah, it was still trying to catch up somehow.
And I think that was what's her
It
name?
was the
The
princess.
princess.
It was
Oh,
the
the
princess.
ghost of the
And-
princess.
Yeah, but her thing fell off.
The princess could not.
But the hood fell off, and even that, she gave us
Yeah.
the dome.
Sorry, princess, but you just
In the end, everybody is
didn't
like
work.
glad to see the princess go. Okay, well, I
No,
guess.
no, glad wasn't the word. At the end, everybody was relieved.
Yes.
Relieved that she went.
It was very awkward. Her outfit was awkward.
Yeah, that was it.
Her makeup was awkward.
I like when everybody like gave her a polite applause when she left. Very polite.
Very polite.
Very quick. And then
Yeah.
the music started and boom.
Yeah, and they're not asking for another song.
So what about Untucked? We already talked about
The shade that the
The
love
shade
is giving
between-
Willam.
yeah, and then of course we already talked about
Well, I'm glad that Willam did defend
the Puerto Rican girls.
the Puerto Rican girl. The Puerto Rican girls just shaded at each other.
And
That was fun.
everybody was shading on.
But they didn't
Queer.
talk about that.
The Safe girls took all
Yeah,
every
with the
single
safe
one of them.
with the safe
except for
girls were-
Kenya. Except for Kenya,
Yeah.
every single one of them took their turn at LaQueer.
And the safe girls has been
She
yeah, all
can't
the
get
girls that were
dressed by
safe.
herself. She can't do this. She can't. So obviously,
They're all vying for her spot. And I think she's a strong contender for the, fifth spot. And,
I think they want her to. They see somebody weak and they want her to go. So they're all agreeing to stop on her for this week. But I don't know. I don't think she's gonna be the next one to go.
I don't think LaQueer is gonna
My
go
prediction,
soon.
or my hope, anyways, is that Dita and Milan.
Dita Milan will be the bottom two.
Do you agree with that too?
Yes.
So,
Unless something else fun happens that puts LaQueer down there.
well, as of now,
Or
we're talking
Phi
about.
Phi
We're not
even.
talking
Well, I
about.
don't-
We're not talking about could happen. I'm talking about right now predictions for next week, and that would be my
Definitely
prediction.
Didi and Milan.
Yes. Didi.
I would be glad to see either of them go. Mostly Milan.
It would be nice to if they both
Mostly
went.
Milan.
I think.
Yeah,
I think,
maybe we should
you know
do a
what?
president.
I think
Set a president.
RuPaul said at the beginning of the show that it was his show, his rules. I propose that both of them go, and she bring somebody like Rebecca Glasscock.
Yeah, bring somebody back and do something crazy out of the box.
Yeah, out of the box. Come on, RuPaul. We expect big things from you this time.
That would be interesting. Halfway in the show, bring someone from the past or a star. That would be a good,
Something.
interesting.
Twist it up, but not Shangela, no.
Not Shangela. We've had enough, sure.
No, you know, that's a risky proposition because somebody might come back that you didn't like from previous seasons. There's a lot of them that I didn't like.
But they could be seasoned by now.
No, I don't like that idea. Better not. So anyways, anything else?
There's just one more thing.
What is it?
We gotta say goodbye.
Alright.
Say bye till next week. Keeping it short this time, you know.